Hello everyone, this video is going to be about the end credit scene of Destiny 2. So if you have not completed the game yet and don't like spoilers, go ahead and just like this video and come watch it later because spoilers will begin very soon. First, let's go ahead and watch that scene. So in this end credit scene, we see the Traveler's burst of energy slowly spread throughout the galaxy. First we see it hit Mercury, then we see it hit Mars, the Reef, it hits Saturn, and then it actually leaves the galaxy completely and hits a mysterious force. So the theory is that this end credit scene somehow correlates with the future DLC plans that Bungie has for us during Destiny 2. First being a DLC on Mercury, second being one on Mars. Then we'll get one on the Reef, and followed by one either on Saturn or the Dreadnought again. And then this force that we see outside the galaxy, which I'm going to go ahead and call the Gorg for the time being because we don't know their name, is going to be part of Destiny 3's story. And this theory actually has some validity to it, because we do know that the first expansion is going to be on Mercury, and it will have to do with Osiris. These details leaked, and then Bungie did confirm that they were correct, that we will indeed be fighting alongside, or for, or maybe with Osiris. And there's actually an excerpt from the DLC that says, "We will journey through time and space to learn the secrets of Osiris, avert a dark future, and rebuild the ties between legendary Warlock and his greatest student, Ikora Rey." So I'm pretty excited about this. I think it'll be a very fun DLC, especially with the current condition of Mercury and that it's half blown up. So I believe it's going to be a fantastic DLC. So we at least know that the theory is correct about the very first DLC that comes out. But there actually is some more details about the second DLC that give us reason to believe that this theory could continue to be correct even going into the second expansion. As you see here, there is a symbol for Osiris and then another symbol that is for Rasputin, the war mind of Earth. But all the planets in our solar system before the collapse did have war minds, including Mars. And Mars's war mind was Charlemagne. And it is known that Destiny originally was going to have a Charlemagne's Vault within the game itself in the very first Destiny game. It had to be cut for whatever reason, but there is even concept art that makes it look like the players are in Charlemagne's Vault. And so it was definitely something that was going to happen, and it seems like now is the time where Destiny 2 will bring in Charlemagne's Vault and allow us to finally loot that. And the next part's probably the most difficult to believe could be true, and that is that the third expansion will actually take place on the Reef or have to do with the royal family of the Awoken. The reason this is tough to believe is, of course, we've seen both of them die, but the question is, did they really? Could they have escaped? It is known that there's a Vex plate behind the Queen that she could have teleported out of, and maybe her brother even survived as well. But regardless, it is definitely possible for them to still be alive, and if so, that would definitely be a very good expansion for us to play and explore and head back to the reef and maybe exact some more of the Queen's vengeance on her enemies. Speaking of a queen and the awoken queen's vengeance on her enemies, one of the biggest enemies could very well be the Taken still, because they are the ones who destroyed her people if she did survive. And it was said in Destiny 2 that if the Taken are left to their vices, if you will, they will choose another leader. And so this next DLC or expansion, it may be on the Dreadnought or it may be on Saturn, or it may have just shown that area to kind of be a thematic clue that we're going to be revisiting the Taken or revisiting Oryx or Crota's family in some way. And that way, I believe, would be with Zavathon. And she is known as a witch queen, and she is the sister of Oryx, who was the Taken King that we defeated and knocked off of the Dreadnought and sent him flying to Saturn. Now, in the Taken King DLC, Eris Morn shows up at the very end after we defeat him in the story mode, and she says,
"My queen, you were right. The Guardian was the key. For the first time, the whispers are silent. It is done."
That queen could very well be Zavathon. And we don't actually see Eris in this game, Destiny 2, yet, but Kay does mention that she disappeared as soon as the Cabal hit the city. So it's possible that she left to go find her queen. And then as you are progressing through the game, you find this point where you're able to investigate a Taken Blight, and this is what the ghost says. He says this is sending out some sort of resonant signal, the same syllables over and over, Za-va-thun. So the Taken seem to have elected a new queen, and it seems as though Eris is actually serving this queen. With Eris serving that queen, and possibly a DLC number 3 being the Awoken Queen, she could be leading us to fight the Taken Queen, Zavathon, in the 4th expansion. And then after a couple years of Destiny 2 expansions, it's time for Destiny 3. And it looks like we're going to be fighting a brand new type of enemy who might be the Gorg, if Destiny wants to go a kid-friendly route, and maybe add the Boov as well. But more than likely, it could be something like the Nine attacking, or maybe a brand new enemy that we've heard nothing about. But I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think that this theory can be true? Do you think we have figured out all 4 of the DLCs and know what's happening in Destiny 3? Share with me here, comment below. Tell me where I messed up. Tell me where this is complete crap. Tell me where you agree with me. Let's have a discussion about this. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. If you want to see more Destiny content in the future, definitely subscribe.
He's gonna hump you, Joel. Oh God, he's gonna hump you. I'll make him.